What's going on, ladies and gents? This is Dorian.
And this is Miss MVP. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon.
And we'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Convos in the Park podcast. For our first-time listeners, thank you for joining us. And for anyone that has came back after the craziness of our Black Village series and before that,
welcome back.
Welcome back.
We did not run you away.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we actually were able to have you bring more people. And if you were able to, and if you haven't done so yourself, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're still trying to hit that 100 subscriber mark. We are giving away masks to the 100 subscriber.
Yes.
And if you haven't joined us on the socials, make sure you do that as well. As always, it is Convos in the Park at Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and in the Twitterverse, we are thugging it out. It is Convos in the Park.
You will never see me on Snapchat. Just being honest. Very rare on Facebook. But Twitter, YouTube, I got you.
Yeah. And for those that have been around since February 24th of 2020.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That date marks the first episode was actually published. So
today is the 18th birthday.
Yes, for the 18th episode. And we are over a year. We're crossing into that terrible 2 territory.
I like that too. I do. I really do. Speaking of terrible 2s, I was reading an article that says headlines: Tory Lanez is forbidden from speaking publicly about the Megan Thee Stallion case, and his lawyer said it's unfair because it doesn't apply to Megan.
Okay. I mean, where in the case where Megan is the victim,
yeah.
I mean, you want the victim to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be 3 sides to every story. It's going to be one side, the other person's side, and then the truth in the middle.
Yeah.
But in the case where, I mean, he's already kind of made his statements. Yes. On what's going on. Well,
he made
an album about it. So, I mean, what more is there for him to say at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. He's, in other Black news, I want to give a shout out to UCLA gymnast team, the gymnastics team. Go Bruins. I'm not a Bruins fan, but I am a supporter of Black women.
Of course.
A round of applause for them and that Black excellence meet that they had. They did their thing. They're always doing their thing. The whole team is too many of y'all for me to sit here and name, but you guys are definitely giving our young Black girls something to look forward to and look up to. And I appreciate you and giving you your roses while you're alive.
Salute.
Round of applause.
That is awesome.
Thank you very much.
And also, well, not to kind of soil that Black excellence moment, but, we went through the Black Village series, but I cannot have this episode going further without saying rest in peace to Cicely Tyson.
You're right. We did forget to mention the passing of Miss Tyson and the great legacy that she has left behind. If you did not have a privilege of seeing any movies with Miss Tyson in it, you sorely missed out.
Yes. I just want to say, if you have not seen this movie with Cicely Tyson or even on a TV show, where have you been? Where have you been? What rock have you been hiding under? Because, I mean, she was in pretty much everything. I mean, if you were a Tyler Perry fan, you've seen her in a couple of his movies.
Yeah. Even if you were not a fan of Tyler Perry, you were a fan of How to Get Away with Murder. She played Viola Davis's mother, and she was a firecracker. I'm not gonna lie, the way she said Nathaniel, I was like, get him, mama. So yeah, if you, no matter what your age is, because she was married to Miles Davis, that I learned.
Yes.
I did not know that. She was only married to him for like 7-8 years, but still, Miles Davis. Oh my God. And he never married. I don't think he remarried after that. But Miles Davis, oh my God.
You know what? I'm thinking, and my bad on this. Sometimes I get Miles Davis and Ozzie Davis.
How?
Mixed up. Exactly. But yeah.
Ozzie Davis married to Ruby.
I know, Ruby D, yes.
Good Lord. Forgive him, y'all. I'm still working on him.
Because when you were saying, I don't know why, but when you were saying Miles Davis, like Ozzie Davis popped up in my head, I was like, but she wasn't in any, I can't think of Cicely Tyson being in any Spike Lee movies because I know anything, if Ozzie Davis was in the movie, then Ruby D was in it too. So it's just like, and then I had to, backtrack. I was like, no.
Played the trumpet.
Yes, I know.
Damn good.
Yes.
I'm sorry, y'all. Please don't revoke his black card. He's actually a good guy. But for any history lessons of her career, the movie that I fell in love with her was the autobiography of Jane Pittman. She played in the movie, and it was great. And my mama loved it. And fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
Fried green tomatoes and hoodlum and yeah.
I loved her in Hoodlum.
Yep. My favorite was
Madam Queen.
Flashback. My favorite, the one that introduced me into young woman adulthood, was the Woman of Brewster Place.
That was a joint with Felicia Rashad in it too, right? Felicia Rashad, Debbie Allen. Yeah. I briefly remember that. Yeah.
I want to say it was Denise. I have to pull it up. But yeah, all those black women.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a role in the Haunting. I haven't seen that. But she had a role in it.
Yeah, I may have seen The Haunting, but I can't remember. Horror movies have never been my thing so much. So if I've seen one, then,
I don't mind horror movies. I just don't fuck with clowns. Say what you want, Killer Clowns from Outer Space would never see my eyeballs. It.
So you turned, I'll guarantee say you turned away when it.
I ain't watched this shit. I have not even watched all of the Saws because of Jigsaw. And I like gory movies, but Jigsaw, I don't fuck with Jigsaw. I don't care.
But it's not technically a clown. It's more like a
puppet.
Yeah,
I don't care. Only puppet I fool with is used to when I was younger is Teddy Ruxpin.
That's a throwback. But he wasn't. Well, technically he was a puppet. But
yeah, he was a puppet. He moved his mouth.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah, I used to want the speaking Teddy Ruxpin doll or the bear.
The ones you set the tape in the butt?
Set the tape in, yeah, in his back. It wasn't in the butt. You set the tape in the back, and yeah, he would just, speak it. And yeah, I used to want that so bad, but yeah, I just ended up having the tapes, which I was fine with that.
I'm gonna have to get you a Teddy Ruxpin.
No, it's too late now to get me a Teddy Ruxpin.
It's never too late.
Yes, it is. I'm sure the price on those things are
I don't care. I'm gonna get him one, and I'm gonna take a picture of him holding them, so everyone can see it. We'll post it on social media.
Oh boy,
suck it up. Cicely Tyson. I was looking at the Marva Collins story. But to answer your question, those women, Robin Givens, Jackie Harris, Lynn Whitfield, Paula Kelly, that was like my first introduction into, I'm not a lesbian, but it was my first introduction to seeing lesbians. Right. And it was very eye-opening, to say the least. It was very aggressive.
Yeah.
But it puts you in mind of, for color, was it For Color Girls?
For Color Girls, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of puts that into perspective, but not the same, but it's kind of like that same storytelling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, Oprah was in it, Mary Alice, Leon, Lawrence Tate was very young. It's a whole bunch of y'all. So yeah.
Leon, that's another person that just shows up in everything.
And him and Clifton Powell.
I was just going to say Clifton Powell, too.
Okay, what y'all say? Clifton Powell is a great actor. He loves his black people because he is there.
Yeah, just about any black movie that I've seen.
Yeah.
He has a part in it somewhere. It may be even if it's the smallest role.
Yeah.
But boy, yeah. I know most people will remember him the most because of Pinky.
Of course. Of course.
Or his role in Menace to Society.
I don't remember him in that.
Oh yeah, he was in it. All right, you remember the scene when
No.
when Lorenz, forgive me, you could take my black card for not remembering this. Old Dog. When Old Dog was selling was trying to sell his tape, he was saying them for $59.99.
Okay.
And then one of them was like, "I'll buy him. I got money."
Okay.
That I think, he was one of the ones that said that.
You said Menace to Society?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I thought you said boys.
Wow. See, now you getting them confused.
There's been so many of them. But he plays in Saints and Sinners. I don't know if they got renewed for another season, but that's a different thing. That's a different topic.
Saints and Sinners, ain't that kind of like on that Greenleaf tip?
Yeah, but this one. Shout out to Greenleaf fans. I'm gonna miss them, but Saints and Sinners, baby. All right. Saints and Sinners are it's a lot different. So Saints and Sinners is a church base. Mm-hmm. Greenleaf is church based.
Yeah.
However, Saints and Sinners are the Greenleaf is more of a well-groomed church family upbringing, and Saints and Sinners is more of a cutthroat family upbringing in the church.
So it's more like, if I was to compare it to something, then Greenleaf is more like the traditional big Southern Baptist church kind of
the mega church,
yeah, and then
with the big old plantation home, dozens of rooms, yeah,
and then so the way that you're describing Saints and Sinners is more like that corner store church kind of setup where they're just there for the money.
No, not really, but it's more hidden stories. Like the first episode, the pastor's son gets murdered.
Okay. All right. That's a big start.
Yeah. So yeah. Shout out to Saints and Sinners. I'm gonna have to look it up. But let's get into the show.
Uh-oh. Come on with it. Okay.
So, are there any people? I can't even talk. Ear sex.
Why are we starting with this one?
Okay, we're not gonna start with that one. Okay, so I read an article today where it says that where expectation is the thief of joy. What do you think about that?
Expectation being the thief of joy.
Yes, and it was pertaining to dating while co-parenting and expectations being the thief of joy. I think that resonates with a lot of people. I know it resonated with me.
For co-parenting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I can understand that, because even if you're not co-parenting, just in just relationships in general.
Yeah.
Let's just say, you meet your significant other, maybe at the mall or the club or something, right? Mm-hmm. And you start dating for a while. And of course, every time you see her or you see him, they're draped up, dripped out, they're putting on their best,
of course,
their best look. So
everybody's auditioning when you are getting to know each other.
Right. So once you see them and, you hang around them and they always got this high performance on, then the expectations are going to be say hi. Mm-hmm. So then once you get into your first argument or, y'all finally, finally decide to cross that border and start having sex, and you see them in the morning and they are nowhere near looking the way that you thought that they will always look. So yeah, that would be something. Again, that's the expectation being crushed. So yeah, it takes away the joy from there.
Okay, so going back to where you said the expectation or the intimacy, do you think that you could have a intimate based relationship without sex?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. The thing is, we always kind of want it. And even when we do want, sex, I think if we're able to set up the intimacy and be able to get that better connection, I think it makes everything else better afterwards.
Okay. That'll work. I do believe that the intimate relationship can be successful, but both people have to be on the same wavelength. Yeah. You cannot have say for instance, if you and I are dating, we can't say, okay, we're going to give each other 6 months and then we're going to do because that's not organic.
Yeah.
Intimacy is something that has to definitely happen organically, but it has to be, both bodies basically have to be nurturing each other. Yeah. Both minds have to be nurturing each other.
Yeah, because intimacy can, most people, when they think intimacy, they think, it has to be kissing or anything else like that. Intimacy can be a deep conversation. Intimacy can just be watching TV, holding each other. Yeah. So.
Having combos in the park.
Where's that?
My toy. I forgot about my toy. Anyway, yes, intimacy can run on 1,000 different levels, but it's to me, having intimacy and the ability to have meaningful conversation. And okay, so take sex off the table. Okay. Most people don't have anything left. Prime example, quarantine 2020. A lot of people found out who the hell they were living with because, let's see, March. Okay, here in the city, March was the time that we shut down.
I think pretty much all across the United States, March was around the time when everyone started shutting down.
I can't remember that far. Okay, so we shut down and you have, say, 6 weeks. If no children are involved, you have 6 weeks before somebody gets on your nerve. After that 6 weeks, then you see, okay, well, this motherfucker always leaving their drawers out. Why they can't never just put it in the basket? Or, oh my God, I can't believe that's how you brush your teeth? Or you chew like that? Or, oh my God, why are you so annoying? Like, you really get a chance to see who this person is. But before quarantine, it was basically good morning, good evening, wham, bam, roll over, take a shower, we eat dinner, we may go out. Right. You were able to be around other people. So most couples, when they're around other people who don't know them and those who know them, they put on a fake persona.
Oh, yes, of course.
So when everything shut down, your real self came out to that person who you are dating, who that person you are married to. I don't know the numbers, but by the end of the show, I will have the numbers for the statistics of the people who got a divorce during quarantine 2020 because sex was off the table. Y'all got tired of fucking.
Okay. I can see some people getting tired of that.
Especially.
I can't speak for myself, but okay.
I ain't getting none. But, you know, if you have children that are involved.
Yeah.
If you got multiple children in the house and they're quarantined as well, they're at school, you find out who you are married to because sex is not on the table that often because the kids don't have an outlet to go and burn their energy. So most of the time they're up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a strict parent, you have a very good schedule. But y'all gonna be tired of sneaking around. Y'all can't get rid of the kids for the weekend, go to the hotel, love on each other and all that other good stuff. So
I think on the opposite side, that if played right, it can kind of make things interesting. Just a bit.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because if, let's say, again, you know, children are involved and, you know, and again, this is like speaking towards the beginning of the quarantine and everything else. So, yeah, if the children are getting homeschooled and they're doing all this virtual stuff and, you know, if both of y'all are both stuck, trying to find those times, especially if one's in the heat and the other one's trying to get the other one into the moment. You know, it can be interesting to try to find a place to sneak off and, you know, get a quickie in, you know, and call it a day. But again, you know, like I guess, like you said, depending on the type of people, that gets old quick. So I think other than that, but even like you said, even with taking sex off the table, even being with anyone for that long, for that period of time, I mean, you're gonna, especially if you don't really know each other, like you said, if they're just, you know, doing the do and then, you know, go see other people or, you know,
couldn't nobody go cheat.
So you get to learn someone pretty quick.
Definitely.
In that time. And again, it comes back to the expectations and the joy because, what you expected is definitely crushed, especially if it was, you know, if the person turned out to be worse than what you thought. Yeah.
It's, to me, like, okay, so I've never been married, so I can't say what I will and won't do if I was quarantined. But, however, me is very important. If you're going to bring that person into your personal space or y'all about to cohabitate together, it's important that you know that person.
Yeah.
And not just their favorite color or how they like their eggs in the morning or what type of perfume or cologne they like. It's important that you know that person. What type of nighttime habits do they have? Do they sleepwalk? It's a lady who I follow on TikTok who sleepwalks and is hilarious. She makes herself do it when she want to make videos. She has cheese and chocolate that would trigger her.
What?
That would trigger her her sleepwalking. And
cheese and chocolate.
Yeah, not together.
Okay.
But I bet that's good though. No. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, continue.
I'm talking about like a smoked cheese, like a
continue.
Okay, so she will eat in like an abundance amount of cheese or chocolate before bed, and it triggers her. So she has a camera in her house and outside her house, and it's hilarious. I wish I knew her name. I'm gonna have to find it and let you know. But it's you have to know people's nighttime habits.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
What are your bathroom habits? Do you like using the bathroom with the door open? Like, I don't want to be weirded out and walk past. And I know this might be petty, but when you quarantine with somebody and you can't do sugar honey iced tea, it's stressful. Especially if you live in a larger city and the units are small.
Yeah.
If you live in a small apartment unit, it's a lot of pressure because you feel like you're on top of each other. You can't really go anywhere. You see it go outside. Everything is closed. Like, you can't even go on a balcony. Like, thank Lord I don't live in an apartment, so when we quarantined, yes, we were on top of each other, but it was space for us to roam around. And I can just put my headphones on and kind of just tune everybody out. But I think that the divorce rate is up. I'm going to do my research and get back with you.
Yeah, I would not doubt that the divorce rate would be up, especially, like you said, being stuck, not being able to, for those people that were cheating, not being able to go see their side piece just, or the side piece trying to sneak out to try to get some action. Yeah, that plays a part. And yeah, just being cooped up with somebody for a long amount of time can sometimes be just as bad as being solitary, being in solitary confinement where you're going crazy because, you're not having that interaction with anyone.
Now, I don't believe this. I'm pulling it up. It says divorce number 1 in 2020, the U.S. divorce rate hits a 50-year low. Is that because everybody lost it? Most people lost their job. They can afford the damn attorney. Like,
could be. I wouldn't doubt that. But yeah, that depends on the situation. Yeah, because I was able to afford mine.
Well, you didn't get a divorce during 2020 COVID, did you? No.
The process didn't start then, but it closed then, yeah.
But I'm saying the process.
No.
Because you pay before.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's you find out who you're with, whether you're married or not.
Yeah.
Even parents who did not know their children learned a lot about their children.
Yeah.
Because some people keep their kids so busy pushing them in sports, pushing them in extracurricular activities and this thing and the next thing.
After school care and nannies and all that, yeah.
They had to learn their children.
Which is something parents should be doing in the first place. But
they should. But, if you have a career-driven single mom who needs help, like after school care or nannies or family friends to help, then sometimes they fall short in that department, which is not 100% their fault.
No.
But it's also 100% their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, should they be punished because they want to provide for their family? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
they shouldn't be, they shouldn't be held, or I should say in trouble because, they want to advance their career. But even with that in tow, they should still be able to get to know their kids on their time off.
Yeah.
Even if they are, going to sporting event on Saturdays or, Saturday mornings or whatever. I'm pretty sure there's some downtime in between where conversations can be had, or even at night. One thing that we kind of get away from, well, at least that I've noticed, is the sit down family dinner, where it's usually the parents may be sitting down watching something, the kids will be, prime example I tried it with my kids one time, and both my daughters, one had their tablet up, one had their phone up. I was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
we gonna have a conversation. I understand because I get obsessed with my phone sometimes too. So when there's those moments where I want to detach from it, I know how to, and it's just trying to get them to be able to detach from it too, because there's a lot of information in the phones, there's a lot of entertainment in the phones, but you got to be able to interact with each other. Like, I've seen plenty of kids hang out in the park. They're all sitting on the picnic table, but each and every single one of them is in their phone. Yeah. And not talking to each other, which I think is crazy in and of itself.
I don't allow devices at the table. Number one, when I tell you it's dinner time, it shut it down. Unless it's Friday, we kind of, let our hair down on Fridays, and they do what they want to do pretty much on Fridays. But my son, he'll ask me, Mommy, can I get my phone? For what? If they were outside, want to listen to some music. Okay, fine. And then one day he'll ask me, Mama, can I watch a movie? Where? Outside on my phone. No, go play. Go run around. Be one with nature. Go fall, scrape. He falls, he goes into a full-blown panic. He sits there like, the ground. And I'm like, boy, you're going on somewhere. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's a different story. But, they're so afraid to do things because of COVID. And COVID is a headache, to say the least. It's new variants that's out there in California, like a UK variant.
Yeah, seen that, yeah.
Then it's supposed to be one that they found in Alabama.
Northern?
Yeah. They did not specify the location. I know it wasn't down here, but they did not specify because Dr. Murphy said that it wasn't here. She verified that. But they're saying that everything should open up this summer again because they're supposedly having, air quotes, herd immunity by then. And the state of Alabama don't have a lot of people that got stuck.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't see it. I think I seen a video or something on social media saying that I think they were calling for March 31st to be the time when the mask mandate will stop. And I just don't see where the mask will be stopping anytime soon because, again, the number of cases for COVID is still getting up there. And yeah, we still have the vaccine, but even with the vaccine, nothing is 100% in that regard. And it makes it just a little bit more difficult to try to get through. And especially when you got states like Florida and Georgia that have pretty much not even closed yet. That makes it difficult for every place else because you got everyone's floating to these cities to try to get that little case or that little piece of what it was like before a lot of the states, kind of closed up their borders and everyone couldn't go outside. So I think when people are just getting straight to Florida or Georgia just to have that little bit of activity, and now they're coming back, going back to their home state with COVID, that makes it a little bit more difficult to kind of, delay off that mask mandate.
Florida is like the cool uncle house. Where I'm going to go hang out at my uncle house for a few weeks this summer. Because he don't care what I do. That's what Florida is. And yes, they one of my friends just came back from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And she was like, there was nobody wearing masks. And she came from a state where they push it, like you get fines for not wearing it. And she was like, I got down there and it was like spring break. Like, okay, like it's, I don't know. Speaking of spring break, some of these schools are not allowing the college students to have a spring break, which I think is fantastic. I do.
Why?
Because most of them are going to take their ass to Florida.
Yeah.
And then come back to school.
Yeah.
And then infect other kids.
Yeah.
Even the kids who don't live on campus, who go home. Oh. Then they infect somebody else and then blah, blah, blah. And then that person travels and then it starts all over again.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose situation. But I think it's fantastic that they're not allowing them to have a spring break off campus.
Yeah.
I think they're going to allow them to have spring break, but they can't leave campus, which is fine. I mean, just have functions there.
Yeah, but that's going to be very difficult to try and keep college kids active, especially.
Yeah, they sleep most of the day.
Okay, they sleep most of the day, but when they wake up,
feed them. It's simple. Open up the school's pool. Most of them have pools. I mean, they're going to be quarantined, so they're all going to be probably 100% clear of COVID. I mean, just open up the ranks of the school. Like, well, I mean, it's nothing more that you can really do. You can have different functions like a carnival or fair. So I mean, half these universities are huge. They can get this stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just see that not being the case because the normal mentality with spring break is yes, you want to be at a beach, you want to be.
They can get sand
at a bar somewhere. You want to be away from the school. In general, just to enjoy yourself and have fun.
You're right, but is it worth the risk?
For the students? Hell yeah. In the students' mind, in the normal college kids' mind, yeah, it's going to be worth the risk to go have some fun.
Of course.
But yeah, for the faculty members and in the school, then the school itself, it's going to be a risk.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't believe I'm about to sound like some of these people that, say COVID is not a thing. But I mean, you run a risk of, of danger every day in life.
What you about to say?
No, I'm just saying because even with the risk of COVID amongst students and everything else, but at the end of the day, you could run the risk of, other things besides COVID. You could run the risk of getting hit by a car. You could run the risk of getting shot if you're in the wrong neighborhood and stuff like that.
That's every day.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So in the normal college students' eyes,
let me see your identification.
They're gonna go against those risks no matter what.
Yeah. I guess. I can't say that when I was in college that it would stop me. I come from where beaches are part of my life.
Yeah.
So I know about the tourism, so I don't think that it would bring me to come home.
Right.
Those who are, in the Midwest or the northern states where it's extremely cold may, but I mean, I'd rather go to the beach where on off seasons where ain't nobody there.
Yeah.
So.
But speaking of which, you did bring up a point before we got into this COVID talk.
I don't remember what I said.
That's why I'm getting ready to bring it back up.
Say. What?
No, but the fear of failure.
I didn't say that.
Well, you brought up failure, and it just popped in my head. Like when you started saying that, it brought the idea
of. I say something about failure.
Now you're really trying to get me to go back and remember. But okay, regardless.
Okay, come on.
We're here.
Okay, come on. I've done a lot today. I've talked to you a lot today. Oh.
So
you're welcome.
So fear of failure. No, what I was thinking of, because even with this podcast being, at its 1 year mark and the issues that I went through trying to keep the momentum going for myself, prior to, you joining the team, I'll be honest that a lot of the times where I thought about recording, I kind of changed my mind because I was a little fearful. Yeah. And, we're in the era now where, a lot of things go viral and, sometimes we forget that hard work has to be put in. And, sometimes it may take, everyone doesn't have that one magic thing that makes them hit.
Yes.
100,000 subscribers on YouTube or, getting 1 million, listens on their podcast. So yeah, not that I was afraid to put in the work. It was the fact of I didn't think that it was going to be successful. But it honestly took a couple people where they noticed that it was a drop. Mm-hmm. And they would reach out to me. Hey man, when's the next episode coming out? This one thing that you talked about on the previous episode, I enjoyed it. So it's like, that helped keep me pushing. Yeah, it was, I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be, but I didn't completely give up. But that fear did hinder me a bit. So, and, just with the way things are going in life in general, and like how we were speaking during the Black Village series, where we have this idea that, the tradition has to be elementary school, middle school, high school, college, get your associates. The
textbook foundation.
Right. Yeah. So, and not even, and not picking up a trade or anything else. Even if we fail at the college thing, should the fear hinder us altogether, or is this just something that we should continue to learn from and continue to strike out in different ventures and not be afraid to fail just because we're going to get lessons?
In my opinion, without fear, you don't have success. Mm-hmm. And you have to believe in yourself, definitely. But going to the YouTube, the Facebook, and the podcast, you have to enjoy your own content.
Yeah.
When I listen to playbacks, even though I'm here recording with you each time, when I go back and listen, I still giggle at some of the stupid shit that I say or some of the stupid shit that you may say. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did say that. But, I mean, you have to enjoy your content.
Yeah.
Because your audience is going to gravitate towards you. Just like picking people who you hang out with. Picking people who you keep in your circle. Those people are going to gravitate towards you organically.
Yeah.
And people who enjoy listening to us or people who enjoy the things that we say will then, birds of a feather flock together, invite their friends.
Yeah.
And that makes the viewership go up. And with TikTok, it's the same thing. If you have something, or what was that movie? If you build it, they will come.
Don't feel the dream.
Build a dream. Yeah. If you build it, they will come. I mean, you like-minded people are gonna be gravitating towards you. So the fear is there for a reason, to keep you safe and to push you. I have an anxiety where my anxiety is heightened when I go into buildings and I don't know where the exits are. When I walk through the threshold, I start looking for exits. If I'm not familiar with that store, I will have a panic attack because I don't know where the exits are. So, Shoe Station had their annex where the Lagniappe is right now.
Wow, okay.
My mouth is dry. Where Lagniappe store is now, the furniture store. Mm-hmm. They had an annex there. And I went in with my children to go and look for shoes. And it was warm. It was like late November. Mm-hmm. And I walked in. Didn't think nothing of it. That was the first time I ever had an anxiety attack. I had both of my kids with me. I immediately started having heart palpitations because that's how I knew what was going on, because I started going backwards just to find out what happened. Yeah. But I'm like, oh shit, this store did not have any exit doors. Like, I can't see them. Yeah. The ceiling is very low. And that's another thing. I am claustrophobic to no end. So I think that's another thing that triggered it. But fear is there to keep us safe as well as to push us. I still go in stores because I need stores. Yes. So I make sure that I push myself to fight the enemy within, basically. So when you feel like you are failing, on the outside, you're succeeding. On the inside, you're not, because you think that it's supposed to move faster than what it is. Everything is preordained. Everything is written in the universe, whether you're spiritual or you believe in God or you don't believe in God or whomever that you worship, whatever entity, everything is preordained. So at that moment where you are, think of deja vu. If you think of something, you had that situation again. Yeah. That's where you are supposed to be at that exact moment in your life. It's no way that this shit's going to replay if you're not supposed to be there.
That's true.
So, that's my opinion.
Yeah, but even though you speak of those deja vu moments, I mean, you don't think by any chance anything can be slight happenstance?
But you wouldn't be having deja vu.
I'm speaking outside of the deja vu.
Oh, okay.
But, you spoke on that everything, is pretty much written in stone, through energy and everything else. Like, even with energy, I mean, you don't even think some things that happen in life can be just pure happenstance?
Yeah. It could be a draw to look.
Okay.
It can be definitely draw the luck, but Frederick Douglass has a quote that says, without a struggle, there can be no progress. Yeah. So take that and drop it in your hat. Yeah, so fear is needed. It's there.
Yeah.
If fear is taken from us, then we kind of lose the humanity.
Yeah.
You have if you see somebody about to cross the street and you see a truck coming, like, you don't have that
instinct to want to move that person out the way. Yeah.
Move them out the way, and or like sympathy pains, like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, for instance, when a ball comes towards a man's growing and he gets hit, every man that is in the area go, ooh.
Yeah.
Sympathy pains, fear, like, damn, I could be next. If you don't have that, then you're not aware. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think you're doing good. Everybody who has great content out there, keep moving. Somebody's out there listening and looking for it.
Yeah.
Prime example, when I looked up ear sex, that shit was there. I don't remember what year it was from, but it was there. It's definitely there. It's a real thing. I'm sorry for those of you who may not believe me, but it's basically people who get aroused when it comes to sound. Most of us that's a ghost sound.
It's still a sound.
I think it's more of a sex sound. That I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Please. That's what he sounds like to me right now. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just scratch that ear sex thing.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
We're already here.
But in other news, Punky Brewster got a reboot.
Yay.
No, you didn't.
What?
Okay.
I barely remember Punky Brewster. I know of Punky Brewster, yes. But
do you see the excitement that I gave you when you were talking about WandaVision?
WandaVision is an awesome show.
So is Punky Brewster.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You see how big your eyes got?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I feel about Punky Brewster. I was a Punky fan. Do you hear me? Okay. Next. I got a feeling there's a lot of people who don't care about that, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Oh. Let's see. I mean, why stop at the ear sex thing? I mean, you were so adamant about it at the beginning of the show, and then when I started making fun of it, you kind of want to stop this.
Because we may have somebody who can give us some.
And to those people who thought that I was kind of having fun, I was, but it was just comedy style. I do apologize for those that actually, like to partake in that. I don't know. I won't say that I'm kind of put off by it. It just seems...
Ear sex? Yeah, you don't like to hear a woman moan of pleasure?
Yeah, but I would never really call it...
You're not inserting your penis in the ear. Your penis can go in somebody's ear. Feel sorry for her. Shit. I'm just saying. Don't come for me on that one. Just saying. But it's a real thing. It was a chick who said that her boyfriend was kind of into that, but it's called oral. AURAL.
Mm-hmm.
People that are into that are sexually aroused by sound. It could be the voice, the music, or sex noise. That's all of it, especially when you listen to H-Town or 12 Play. A lot of us got aroused. So, screw that.
Yeah.
So, it's ear sex. I guess it just sounds weird.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because of the idea of just sex, we think some form of intercourse has to take place for it to be considered sex.
Intimacy. See, that's intimate right there. Ear sex is intimacy.
Yeah.
I mean, because you, like for instance, food porn. My favorite YouTuber. Oh my God. Shout out to Mr. Make It Happen. Baby, if you do not follow that man right there, you're selling yourself short. So
I guess I'm one of those people then.
You don't cook.
Never heard of. I do cook.
Waffles.
Don't play me like that right now. No.
Okay, peanut butter waffles.
Damn you.
The truth hurts.
No, it's not the truth. I'll do more than just fix myself waffles. I can actually cook. I know it's probably been a while since you've seen me do it, but I cook. My kids can attest to it.
Is this a challenge? Your best dish versus mine. That's going to be on YouTube.
That's unfair.
No, why? Because I can cook.
I can cook too, but...
From scratch. Ooh,
next topic.
Okay. Next topic. Women. What is your turn on? Is a man in the kitchen a great turn on? Not saying the door is turning me on right now, but is a man in the kitchen a turn on? Yeah. Hit me up. At Pinch Bark.
Park the bench. Where's your mind at right now?
Pinch Bark?
I don't know. You might be in the trees or something.
Next topic. Next topic. Tree sex. I'm just like, no, it's we're gonna do that. That's gonna go on YouTube. That's gonna be one of our outdoor cooking sessions.
Oh Lord.
I got 2-3 barbecue grills outside.
I can grill.
Without burning?
Yes.
What about a brisket? That's the Texan in me coming out.
Okay, yeah. See, I've never done a brisket.
That's 14 hours. We had a long run. 14 hours for a brisket slow cook. Oh! And I don't even eat beef like that. But that meat is great when it come off.
Yeah, but yeah, a well done, well cooked brisket. Yeah, it's amazing.
I got something in the freezer. I ain't gonna cut you none.
Because I think the last time I had a brisket here in Mobile was,
Stop giving out our GPS. I'm just playing.
I'm gonna say they don't know the exact location, but Meatballs. I think that I had one of the brisket sandwiches, and it was a while
Around
back.
The corner Meatballs?
Yeah.
All right. To each his own.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, it wasn't nothing like J. Rogers, barbecue or
my dad's.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when your dad made that brisket that time. Whew, yeah.
Where you think I learned it from? 14 hours, baby. I had to cook a couple of them things before. So yeah, man in the kitchen, a man who knows how to cook is not necessarily ear sex, but that is something.
Snow sex.
Snow sex?
Nose. The smell of food.
Porn. Nose sex. What the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with him today. What are you drinking?
Just a
cherry Coke and what?
No. Not saying that I don't like cherry Coke, but no, it's just a cherry grape slush from Sonic.
Cherry grape slush. His blood sugar up. Sorry. He is tripping. So, did you watch the match between Naomi and Serena?
No, can't say that I did.
Naomi is one to definitely Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
She is definitely one to watch.
You went back and watched it?
I did. She's developing a lot. Her game, you can tell that she's been practicing. Definitely. And you can tell that she's mimicking a lot of plays from Serena. And it's not necessarily plays because you don't know where the ball is going to land.
Yeah.
But you can tell that she watches a lot
the
of
skills and tactics that Serena has. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
definitely. And for her to be 23 years old, Serena was in her prime of her game, at the top of her game at 23. So it's definitely, watching those two go back and forth is kind of like watching Serena play herself almost. You know how it used to be so intense between Venus and Serena?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, but it's like watching a quiet Serena and a loud Serena play each other. Yeah, but she's definitely someone to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me, it just seems like it's one of those moments where, and the saying goes, you know, where your idols become your rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just seems like one of those moments to me.
Yeah, definitely. She won the Australian opening, and another Black girl excellent. You know what I'm saying? She
Blackness.
Yes, she embraces both cultures. Right. And again, I love Japanese culture. She embraces her Black as well as her Japanese culture, which is a beautiful thing, because when you see her on the court and you see Serena on the court, it goes back to the years where we couldn't get on the court. To seeing both of them on the court at the same time and all races cheering for them, it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, because
very beautiful thing.
I could be mistaken, but I don't think, you know, the biggest, you know, once we had Venus and Serena there, I think, again, could be wrong, but I think before that, I think the only biggest tennis person that I can remember that was Black was Alta Ashe. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's if you're not, like, we had here locally, we had a couple of local tennis stars who were like regional and stuff like that, and they did it big. So I followed that. Right. I did not play on like a state championship level, but I did dabble in a couple times and stuff like that. You know, I got a couple trophies and stuff like that.
Oh.
But, you know,
that's something I would have liked to seen that.
Let's see.
You run around playing tennis.
I got a couple trophies downstairs. You can go admire those. I do not know if there are any recordings of that, but you know, we'll have to look it up. It's a different day. But yeah, it's definitely, it's a beautiful thing to see that the sports world is semi-accepting the Black culture as far as handing the top list, like those green jackets that they used to bestow upon Tiger Woods. See what I'm saying? They hated that.
Oh yeah,
they hated that. But hey, you cannot knock that man.
No, I mean, in certain sports, it's taken us a while. I mean, like you had what was it, Bubba Wallace in NASCAR.
Yes, and he's from down her.
Yeah, and then and actually, I was on my timeline today on Facebook, and I forget the woman's name, but yeah, there's an official Black woman that's in the pit crew for NASCAR.
Yes.
I forget her name, but yeah, I saw that name, too.
But I don't know which racing team she's with, but I did catch that. And there is a Black driver, female also. Yeah. She's on the quick race. She's not on laps. But I can't remember which team she is. I want to say maybe Dale Jr.'s team, but don't quote me on that. Right. But since we're talking about sports, Kyrie Irving pushing to have Kobe as an official logo for the NBA. I'm with this shit.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I would be down for that, yeah.
I'm with it.
Instead of just the random.
It's not a random. It's not random. God.
I mean,
Jerry West is the logo.
Yeah, but I mean, you just see a silhouette. You can't, really.
Oh, it'll still be a silhouette, but it'll just be Kobe.
Yeah, but
have a little bit more definition to the ball.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess for me, I would just like to see, because basketball can somewhat be considered a Black dominated sport. But it would be so much more powerful if we, just instead of Kobe's silhouette, we just had Kobe, period, up there for the NBA.
Well,
and having those kind of figures, more prominent to represent.
Put a face with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on SB and SB Nation, the NBA logo complicated history. So Jerry West doesn't want to be the logo.
Okay.
People want it to be Kobe, but because its history is a lot to it. So the NBA logo is one of the most identifiable images in sports, but there's been a recent movement to change it. And they go on to say about Kobe losing his life, the history of the NBA logo. It was a year earlier. Siegel had designed, it's 50 years, in 1969, Siegel had designed the logo for the Major League Baseball and pulled it in the same design for the NBA. So it's a lot of history. Trying to determine the figure should be in the image. He found inspiration in the photo of Jerry West playing, and it made him the prototype for the logo. So the commissioner at that time went on to say they loved it. And despite not knowing it was West who was the image he modeled himself after, it was never asked whether or not the NBA can use his likeness. So it was like, he has a complicated history with being the logo, but he's never really said anything until now. Well, it's never been publicized until now.
Right.
But I'm with it. Vanessa, of course, is supportive of Kyrie posting that and saying that there are images of Kobe on the website SB Nation that shows Kobe as the logo in the home jersey, the purple jersey.
Yeah.
So he has the 24 jersey number on, and it's in color, so it's no longer a silhouette, but we got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Black Kings built the league, so you have to respect that. And Kyrie said those words, and even though they're going to try to bring up Kobe's past as far as him going to trial and paying the chick off and all that other good stuff, it still doesn't stop the fact that this man was a Laker, lived, breathed, and died a Laker. Black Mamba for life. Yeah. He was NBA. You mentioned NBA, you gotta mention Kobe.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old, whenever she throws something in the trash, she says, Kobe! She's never watched basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just the nature, you know what I'm saying? Like they watch things on TV, they watch it on YouTube, they see things. And for her, it was heartwarming for her to pick it up and say, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I was into basketball, I'm a huge Rodman fan. You know what I'm saying? This man can jump from half court to go rebound the ball. Give a shit what you say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was somebody who now I'm not going to say idolize, but it's who I looked up to.
Right.
So you got kids who are 13, 14 years old. That's all that they know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Knows Kobe, yeah.
That's all that they know is Kobe. You got people who are our age. That's all that they know is Kobe, especially because they brought them to that team.
Yeah.
And they watched this man play and get points and drill himself from no end. And it's something for the culture that's needed.
Yeah.
To show any kind of semi-progress in history, we need Kobe as the NBA logo.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion. I'm not a huge Lakers fan. I used to be.
But it's not even about the Lakers.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm supportive of Black excellence being continued.
Yeah.
So y'all can check out that article. Like I said, it's sbnation.com. James Dater, he wrote that a couple days ago. Oh, yesterday, actually. So they're petitioning for it. So find the petition. I'll try to find it and put it on the social media so you guys can sign it or do whatever you want to do, read it and pass it on. But everybody's behind it. Michael Jordan, of course, LeBron is behind it. The GOAT, Kareem Abdul, he's behind it. It's just like, let's make Kobe the logo and put it in color. Yeah. No silhouette.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah, because even with you, stating about how people will bring up the history, like, that just makes me think about cancel culture altogether and how stupid it is in this era to try to cancel somebody, based off of history and everything. Yes, some people can change. So, if we held that against someone forever, then we're kind of hindering them from trying to progress and become better. Yes. Now, if they decide that, okay, if they stop, if that's what they were doing in the past and they continue to do it, then okay, then I'm all for, quote unquote, canceling them or, getting them out the spotlight. But, it seems like it's the quickest thing to do nowadays. Yeah. And it's like, we want to hold everyone in that social jail real quick. But we're not looking at our own history, our own downfalls, anything else just because someone else is put in the spotlight. We want to, shun them so quickly.
My thing is, and I'm not going to get into law because we can talk all day. And they say, go to court. Charges were pressed. He had to go to court and sit in front of judge, jury, and all that. Yeah. Prosecutor, defense attorney. He was found not guilty. According to the Constitution, that's the end of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if you can lock a man up for having $9 that he stole out of a register at a convenience store for 27 years and then free him because you think that's fair, then you can forgive a man who was falsely accused. Now, granted, she did drop her, she didn't want to testify. But either you testify or you shut the fuck up. Yeah. She chose to shut the fuck up. If it happened to me, I'm going to see it through. I'm not going to say, what, don't worry about it. Just give me some money. Nope. I'm going to put it out there because I'm out there. Yeah. Let's see it through. Yeah. Let's play chicken. Let's see what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, if it happened, she's gonna testify. She found guilty. And then he's still going to try to, quote unquote, pay. And I'm not saying Kobe. I'm just saying he as a person.
Right. In generalities,
yeah. He going to give her some money if he has that money to, for her troubles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I digress about the law and shit. But yeah, I don't know. To each his own. Yeah. But I still say in the eye of the change in the history and the acceptance of Black culture, Black America, we should definitely push for Kobe to be the NBA logo. Yeah. In color. Definitely in color. But we also, since we're talking about quote unquote law, George Floyd.
Okay.
I know that was a while back.
Yes.
There was a law, I'm going to try to pull it up, that was passed because of his death. It includes the no-knock warrants will not be legal anymore. Mm-hmm. And something else. Let me pull up the exact information.
Oh yeah, because I'm glad it's some changes coming along because of, not just because of what George Floyd went through, but Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor, and the loss of their lives just for us to get to this point, which it shouldn't have gotten to that point in the first place.
Yes. Definitely. So it was it's called the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act of 2020. Is a civil rights and police reform bill drafted by the Democrats in the U.S. Congress, including members of the Congressional Black Caucus. And the legislation aims to combat police misconduct, excessive force, and racial bias in policing. The fact that we had to put that.
Yeah.
We had to put that in writing.
Yeah.
For grown men and women to know not to do that.
No. We have, as much as it pains me to say it, the narrative has changed on that. It's not that grown men. We have to tell grown men to do it, not to do it. Grown men know not to do it.
That's what I'm saying. We had to put it in writing.
Yeah, to do it to people of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It I'm looking at the tracker. It has passed the House. It was introduced in June of 2020. And it's just amazing. Like, the bill facilitates so much. Like, it says, okay, the bill facilitates federal enforcement of constitutional violation, example, excessive use of force by state and local law enforcement, among other things. It does the following. Listen to this. Authorizes the Justice Department to issue subpoenas and investigation of police departments for the pattern of practice of discrimination. Why don't that shit happen anyway? Why can't police each other? Because when you take off their uniform, you are no longer the authority. You are now a citizen.
Yeah.
That's just like military. You are in military clothing. When you take off that clothing, you are a civilian. Like, why do we have to put that in writing? It says it limits qualified immunity as a defense to the ability in a private civil action against law enforcement. So, like, I can't believe we had to put this down on paper.
Stripping of power.
Spend time fighting over this and voting on this. If you put your knee on somebody's neck, anybody, any type of excessive force, for instance, going back to Trayvon Martin, that baby was no threat.
No.
You just a nosy ass neighbor who's looking for trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this bill should have been retroactive. And then let's see how fair it was going to be.
Oh, no, it wouldn't. No, they wouldn't dare do that. For
It's
it to
amazing.
be retroactive? No, yeah, they won't want to dig back that far. Well, depending on how far they will want to retro, you know.
Let's just say 2 years, 3 years. That's still a lot of cops.
Yeah.
Vigilantes.
Yeah, but...
And this is not even including vigilantes. This is just including police.
Yeah, but, you know, the system wasn't built for... The policing system wasn't built for people of color in the first place.
No, definitely.
It was built to trap us. So my personal opinion on it is, yeah, I think in general, it just needs to be rebuilt and restructured altogether because, yeah, the wrong element is in there from the jump.
Of course.
And the history behind it is, yeah, to stop Black people. So why would they want to bring change and all this other stuff if the main purpose was to trap Black people?
The Constitution of the United States of America in 1789, revised in 1992, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Like, so just put me in slavery, put me in jail.
Yeah, that's all. That's all that jail is
Modern day
slavery, which is, you know, here nor there. But what is our mental health tip of the day?
I don't have one.
What?
Nope.
Financial tip?
I don't have one either. I don't.
Well, we'll keep it real simple. Save that money as best as you can.
No, my mental health tip of the day is definitely find time to decompress. Find time for self. Make sure that you are taken care of. And I know that sounds selfish, but you have to have time to take care of your body, your mind. It's like if you are coming off of a, God forbid, a bad accident or surgery or something like that, you're not going to feel like you want to really walk around or do anything because you have something in your body that's telling you no.
Yeah.
And if you're functioning off of 4 to 5 hours of sleep a day, and then one day you lay down and then you wake up and you miss the whole day, it's because your body is telling you something.
Yeah.
Like you're not built for that. So take time for yourself. And like I think I've said this before, but you just got to sit in the car. Take you a few minutes. Or wake up in the middle of the night, even though I just said sleep, but wake up in the middle of the night and just breathe.
Yeah.
Set you a time where you're going to give yourself 30 minutes, even if after the whole house is quiet. Just take you 30 minutes. Just breathe. Just sit in a quiet corner or turn off all the lights or my strobe light. Oh, I love it. But, just find you a calming thing for yourself. So that's my mental health tip of the day. And Dorian's money tip is save the money. Purge your subscriptions. You don't need all that shit. You don't need to have to pay for Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max and Stars and Amazon Music and Pandora and Spotify and Apple Music. Purge that shit. I was jabbing at you if you didn't pick that up.
Really? I couldn't tell to the first. I couldn't tell.
I'm just saying. No, but just, in general.
In general, yeah.
Me, no. I need to pay for more screens on Netflix, but I don't. I don't. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. All right. That does it for this episode.
No.
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
Oh, yep. So we're crossing into hitting that 2-year mark, and we will get there. And again, for those that have not, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to us on all the socials. Yeah. And until next time, have you had that convo yet? And are you in that convo yet?
Wait.
What?
You didn't give them the park bench.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you for that, Miss MVP. Yes. Whether you like our show, dislike our show, have comments about our show, or anything that you want to share, or even if you want to ask myself and Miss MVP a question, please hit us up at parkbench@convosinthepark.com. That is parkbench @convosinthepark.com.
Really cool. It's really cool. Okay. So, good night.
We'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.